What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the EU4 Random Powers series. This episode, we're actually not playing as a power, but it was requested, and I thought I would give in eventually. We've done a lot. There's less powers than there was at the start anyway, so we've done quite a few of them. There's still a few to go on the list. There's Haiti, Brabant, just to do for fun as well. France, and I assume there'll be probably maybe three or four other ones that we will get the opportunity to do. This episode, though, we're going to play as Pueblo. There's nothing Pueblo can actually do, so I don't really know what the attraction was to playing as Pueblo. We only border colonies that I assume are far too strong, so we won't be attacking those. But oh well, we'll keep it together. We'll see if we can improve them a little bit. Apparently we have an exiled army somewhere. Looks like it's, I don't know where it is. Somewhere. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, it was this one here. There was a one stack coming back. Okay, well, it's back now. But yeah, we'll just leave the game on speed 5 and see what happens, I guess. We can take a look at the rest of the world, more importantly. And finally, because last episode was pretty hectic as Portugal didn't really get an eye on what was going on. Seems like there is a big war involving Prussia. Oh, Landnard, declining elephant populations. Oh no. Damn it, wrong map mode. What is this? Birthplace of the Revolution. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I've not seen that before. But there we go. Birthplace of the Revolution. I guess oh yeah, I was going to say where's all the other stuff, but we're playing as Pueblo, so the papacy, etc. won't be there. It's all good. Nothing's broken. Okay, so this is pretty big, but yeah, Austria will probably lose this, I imagine. I did see that Mainz was taking stuff off Scandinavia. Not sure they'll hold on to that. Looks like Prussia will probably win it, I assume, and start to conquer some of that stuff they lost. Hungary, though, has stayed out of this one so far. They're still allied to revolutionary Russia, who are having their own issues. Obviously, we'll see if anyone breaks free from rebels, but I think they'll be okay. They're actually really strong now. They're really starting to stretch out. I mean, they're nearly bordering the Pacific Ocean and Korea now. They're just a few provinces away. They're definitely closing in on it. They're only 4th, but if they embrace the institution, I think they will shoot up to 2nd place. The Ottomans have fallen off 1st place because they haven't embraced the institution, so Aragon is now leading, surprisingly, in quite an interesting top 8. Aragon lead the way, then the Ottomans, Britain, revolutionary Russia, Portugal all the way up in 5th, impressively. Prussia's up there now for the first time, 6th. Mughals in 7th, Hungary in 8th. Oh, do you know why Aragon's up there? They own France right now, I think. I think that's what, yeah, they do. Okay, I was going to say, what's going on? I forgot about that. Yeah, Aragon does own France in a PU, so they shot up. I was like, where is France on this list? And then I remembered. Never mind. But yeah, that's pretty scary. I mean, I broke it up last time. It was Castile that had it last time, really early in the game. But now Aragon has France instead. So I don't know if there's time to integrate them. I kind of want to see it. Like a mad part of me wants to see it. How scary that would be, I don't know. Like even the Ottomans have been like the villain of the whole game. And then all of a sudden they would need to like team up with Russia, Hungary and everyone just to stop this superpower. Yeah, I'd kind of like to see it, so this time I won't break it up, although I did want to play as France, so we'll see where we're at with the last episode. Maybe France won't be around to do that, we'll see. But I like Pueblo, they seem to be managing their money pretty well. I don't know where they are at for technology. 27, you know, that's ahead of Floride here, so they're obviously doing something right. The new Emperor of Scandinavia, I even know that, have they joined the HRE? Can they do that? I'm guessing so. Prussia is not in it, but there you go. Scandinavia is now the emperor. I assume there's only 11 princes left. Scandinavia is one of them, so they decided to join. I mean, if Prussia joined, that would still be kind of scary. I think, Austria is still in there. If there is one elector, it is Bremen. That's it. Nobody else. Not many members remaining. But there we go. Still some small nations out this way, but most of it's all blobbed out now. There is actually very few small nations, even in Europe. I mean, there's Portugal. Also, if you're wondering, Aragon, if they want to form Spain, they would need to conquer this province here, and then these islands, and then they could form Spain. If they wanted to. They don't have to take out Portugal, but yeah, they would need all of that to become Spain, which could happen. I mean, they stretch all the way to Greece, it's through Italy, it's pretty scary. Morocco is not allied to anyone particularly big, just quite a few people. Just wondering why Aragon's not gone after those provinces to form Spain. They don't have to, obviously. They are currently attacking Brunei, so fighting in Asia. Probably don't want to be fighting in Europe as well. But yeah, as I was saying, Bavaria, Ulm, Würzburg, Arnholt. Prussia just ate a few of them as well. Mainz has disappeared. Yeah, there's not too many smaller nations in Europe now. It's very blobby. See, that would only... Oh, we can embrace the institution. There we go. Let's see if that puts us on the Great Powers list. Oh, I read the wrong technology. We suck. Never mind. We're on 14 and 13. Yeah, we could not beat Floride. I don't know who that was with 26s. It wasn't us. Never mind. Yeah, we're not on the Great Powers list. That institution was... We've not even embraced the Renaissance, so I have no idea what that institution was. Poor little Pueblo is very far behind. Hopefully we don't get invaded this episode. Hopefully we can make it at least out of this one. Does anyone want to be an ally? Haiti? No. None of these countries can they? But still, it would be nice to have one to protect us. None of them have gotten 3. Well, apart from Haiti, who have become really scary. But, yeah, apart from that, none of them have yet got their independence. None of them will protect us. You can't... Can you ask someone to guarantee you? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it anyway. Looks like we might be in trouble on that one. But yeah, Prussia definitely won that war. Obviously, we'll see if Hungary and Russia go after them again. They do have the Ottomans. Russia did have a lot of rebels, but they have dealt with all of them. And their name has moved from there now to over here. So that does suggest they're getting very big. Obviously, the Mughals took loads out of here. I think that was when they formed, but still. Obviously, the Timurids formerly looking pretty strong. They're not allied to the Ottomans anymore. They're improving relations with each other. Whether they'll become friends again. That was a pretty scary time. They might need to. If Aragon keeps going. Oh, there we go. +1 missionaries. I have no idea why they've gone for religious ideas. It's not like they are going to spread their religion to the whole world. I don't even know. We are now Catholic. Like, what? Oh no, we're Totemist still. Never mind. Most of it's Reformed and Catholic up here in the North. Protestant as well. South America, far more Catholic. Not really, that kind of makes sense. That's kind of realistic. But obviously the biggest change religion-wise for this whole game, I mean, Catholicism's still around, but in Europe, I mean, the UK staying Catholic's pretty big. Sometimes it changes, but obviously the Russian change to Sunni or Sunni was probably the biggest difference, and obviously that's just covered this area in green. It spread it far more than you'd expect. That's probably the main difference in this world. And even some of the nations in India, although I think they are Hindu religion in province, the state religion is Sunni for a lot of them as well. So that's pretty impressive. I don't know how, I can't remember. It happened because some rebels, didn't it? That it wasn't necessarily the Ottomans just spamming them with religion. Obviously, it doesn't quite work like Civ, but still, just transferred over. But yeah, I can't believe how many small... There's just... I guess because I've never really made it this far. Only a couple of times I've played that I've got this far. But yeah, I can't believe just how few smaller countries there is left. Maybe it's because I've just set up all the powers so well by playing as them all. It's not like any of the people we've played as have disappeared, apart from the really small ones, like Castile, I guess. But apart from that, I think everyone else has survived pretty well. We never actually played as the Mamluks. I'm trying to think if there's anyone. Obviously, there was that Dutch nation that didn't last very long, Gelre. Even Savoy is still here, and they're actually just as big as Austria, really. So, pretty good for them. Allied to Scandinavia and Austria. We did play as them very briefly. The one in India is gone, isn't it? The Bahmanis, or they're very small now. We did play as them. But obviously that was just not meant to be, I'm afraid. Didn't really work out. How much military points do we need? Minus 65%. Not ahead of time, but we have not embraced institutions, so the base cost, we need 1,092. We might just spend that to develop our provinces. Let's give Pueblo a chance. I guess, are they making a lot? They're getting 8 per month, so... How do I do this? How do I develop provinces? I can't remember. I've forgotten. This is bad. It's in the build menu, isn't it? Development. There we go. So we could spend military power. 3, 3, 2, 2. What does this do? It gives us more manpower, more troops. I don't know if we actually needed those, but there we go. We could spend some diplomatic power, actually. That'd probably be useful. Increase our monthly production income, trade value, goods produced. There we go. That was probably a good idea. I don't know. Maybe it was a complete waste, but we'll try and give Pueblo some better future. Try and develop them. If that's the one good thing I can do for them. The clergy gain 10 influence. Like, what? There's no papacy. I assume it's because we're not in Europe. And we're not even Catholic, so I don't really know why those boxes are coming up. But there we go. It happens sometimes. The game just doesn't know what it's doing. So that's fair enough. I just want to focus on Europe. Treat this like an AI-only episode. Morocco is... Oh, well, Portugal... I was doing so well for you, although I may have left you with a rebel problem. You're blowing this, you really are. But apart from that, everyone's pretty peaceful. No one's sieging each other out just yet. Not sure how long that will last. They're all sort of allied to each other, so it's very unlikely. Hungary is allied to Aragon. That's pretty scary for the Ottomans and Russia. Like, imagine if Hungary declared war on the Ottomans and called Russia and Aragon in. That would probably lead to some bad times for the Ottomans. I don't even know who they could call in. They could call in Prussia. That would be like a huge war, I think. And obviously Aragon would bring France. That would be very one-sided, but still, could be quite fun. I assume France will get their independence. I don't think they will be absorbed. It does take 50 years, so like it's going to be very late in the game. Like, they're going to have no margin for error in the timing if they want to do it. So yeah, I probably don't think we'll get to see that happen. 1757, I believe it was 47 when we began. No, it can't have been. What date was it when we began this episode? Let me check. I feel are we flying through it or not? Very confused all of a sudden. Let's have a look. The last episode was 1749. So we're already 8 years into this in about 10 minutes, which is because I have not had anything to do opposed to last time where it was pretty much non-stop for the duration of the episode as Portugal, so we kept having to pause, go down to the lower speeds. That's normally the case this time. Portugal, I mean, it looks bad, but because they have so much land elsewhere, that's not going to be much war score, I imagine. They're actually in a war with Korea as well. Oh, they're not. Britain's going to probably come save them anyway, so that's not too bad. Although Britain's losing quite heavily too. It's a pretty big war in India here. And the Ottomans are in a war against... Oh, but yeah, in this area against somebody. They're not even that big. We can't really see them. I think it's these guys. Yep. The Ottomans do have a few provinces down here, so that kind of makes sense. These guys were at one point a great power, Malacca, but that was very short-lived. They've got 26 technology. That's not fair. These people have a very similar flag to us, but it's not Pueblo. Never mind. This is just a complete divide between France and Britain. Oh my goodness, if Aragon gets France, they're not only going to get France, which is big enough, they're going to get Eastern Australia, going to get some Pacific Islands. That's not good. They had a truce with every European. That's pretty scary for Pueblo. See, Japan faded away. I think Wu is kind of winning out here. Actually, I think Qi is winning this, sort of the Chinese region. Obviously, the Mughals and Russia are here now, which makes it a little bit more scary. Cascade, the colonies are looking very scary. Even Scandinavia's got Vinland and... Whoa. Received a demand to break one of our alliances from Aragon. With Lipan. What? Decline. That might not end well. Maybe this will be one of those episodes where we have to switch midway through, because Pueblo's not going to win. Like, that is confirmed. Like, they're just praying. I mean, the only reason I didn't want to play as them before because I didn't border anyone. I couldn't do anything, and I didn't think I'd be able to see everyone. I'm surprised I can now. I don't know if in theory I should actually be able to. I'm guessing I can. Oh, Aragon trying to help me? Jesus. Aragon, France, Floride, Terra Austral, French Louisiana, French Mexico, Florida, defensive war where we need to help our ally. Aragon is allied with Hungary, Britain, and the Papal State. I'm going to decline that one. Sorry, Lipan. France, Aragon, and Britain. Hungary could also join. That is brutal. Yeah, I'm not getting into that one. I mean, it probably means we make it to the end of the episode if I don't. But yeah, Aragon were actually trying to get us out of the way. Although I assume if I'd have said yes, they would have attacked us first. That was probably their plan. And they were just like, oh, maybe we can make it easier, soften them up a bit. But yeah, there we go. I'm not defending against that. That's not going to happen, I'm afraid. That is terrifying. I did not realise Aragon is so strong. Like, they don't just have France in a PU. They have Hungary allied the Papal State and Britain. Like, that is terrifying. I imagine this is going to be a pretty easy victory for them. I think that there's a few other people against them. At least Lipan has some friends. Caddo and someone else somewhere bravely volunteered to be wiped off the map. Obviously, Castile had this area at one point. We set it up for them and it all just fell apart. I mean, there is still Castilian colonies. They are owned by Castile. I have no idea where actual Castile now resides. There's quite a few Castilian colonies. But yeah, there is no actual Castile to be seen. I don't know what actually is considered Castile. Maybe it's just Bermuda. It might be. Oh, Floride's getting pretty big. It's not quite. I wonder what it becomes if it gets its independence. Would it just become the United States of America? Or would it be like a French version? Whose province is? Oh, Scandinavia. There is going to be some big wars one day over all this territory, because the colonizing's been a bit of a mess. Like South America, far more organised. Brittany's here, just chilling. Obviously, regular Britain's here with the second British Columbia. Oh no, the other one's... Oh no, it's still in there. No, that's British Louisiana as well. And this is... Why are they all called Louisiana? They're nowhere near Louisiana. I thought Louisiana was down here. Like, not even the French Louisiana is there. What's going on? Cascadia is huge. It sort of replaced the British Columbia thing that did exist at one point. Yeah, pretty big. Let's see how that's going. Oh, there's a big war in Europe. Let's go have a look at that. That'll be fun. Instead of looking at what is about to invade us in the next 10 or so turns. Prussia v Russia. Russia called in. Hungary. Russia looks so weird because they have this tiny little strip and then they have all this again. It's kind of like a seesaw, like two fat people on the ends. That's the best way to think of it. They're just weighing it down together. This is one side, this is the other, and it's just like the bending bit in the middle. But yeah, Scandinavia, Prussia, that's pretty scary. Savoy's in there, but Hungary and Austria should give, I think, Russia enough to win this. Probably, funnily enough, Russia's guaranteeing a area, so they won't really be able to do much about how they're cut off here. For now, anyway. They might take out Kazakh at some point, and that'd probably be enough to look okay. Reduce that border goal. I wonder if they'd ever got... If they weren't always busy fighting Prussia and Scandinavia, I would assume they would try and take this back. Call in Hungary. That'd be pretty useful. Hungary could really do with grabbing some of this land, as the Ottomans are weakening. Probably the weakest they've ever been. What is meant to go in here? I think that's legitimacy. Obviously, you don't need that in a tribe, I guess. If you're not legitimate, you just get chopped up or something. Or eaten, probably. What's the war scores looking like? So Scandinavia's got 3 war scores, so they've made an okay start. Not sure how long that will last. Surely, you have to think this team has got more power in it. They have the same sort of... There's the same amount of members on each side, but these are a lot of colonies. Scandinavia, Louisiana, New Scandinavia. Finland is pretty big, so I'll give them that. But then Austria, Hungary, Russia's pretty scary. Not sure about these guys, but Crimea could at least contribute, I guess. I mean, Hassa's not going to do anything. They're not even... Oh, they're there. They were very big at one point. That didn't last. The Ottomans were nice to them for a little while, and then just took them apart. It's kind of a shame. Kind of a shame. Didn't go too well for them. 1761. We are flying through. 12 years. It's been the most years we've gone through in one episode in a while. I wonder, what buildings can we build? Probably none of the good ones. No, we can build one manufactory. That would actually increase their money by quite a bit. Scandinavia winning the HRE race again. Oh, the buildings look different. That's kind of cool. Let's put a trading place. Whatever they're called. Yeah, temple looks very different. That's kind of cool. Let's just build some of those. European traders in China. Ooh. I wonder if, is there any, like, Indian trade companies? Any of the Europeans on the mainland here in Asia? Not really. It's mainly been for the islands, hasn't it? Yeah, mainly for those islands. No one's in China either. In terms of the Europeans, Korea's still around. I mean, Portugal looks like they might be trying to... Portugal may end up taking this northern island. They did take the Kuril Islands. Is that... No, Ryukyu's someone else, isn't it? Yeah, that's these guys. They have been taken out. Oh, this is now Japan. How the tables have turned. Poor Japan is now playing basically as Ryukyu. And Wu is probably going to take them out, so there we go. Aragon is here as well, so they're all sort of fighting over the Asian territories. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's so many people. Colonizing has been mad this game. I think it's because I've managed to balance it enough to keep them all alive by playing as them each episode in the long run. Okay, there we go. Aragon is now going to try and form Spain. They might not go for the provinces they need. The AI isn't always that smart. They will probably take a huge chunk of North Africa and not take the islands and not be able to form Spain. But you never know. I mean, it should be a heavy victory, so they might be able to take quite a bit. They bring in France with them without even having to call them in. Like, that's just France forced into it. The Ottomans fighting another war. That is for actually mainland Indonesia. So that's pretty big if they can win that heavily. That's for these guys here. So if the Ottomans do commit to this, that would be pretty cool. Very rare they go after colonies. I mean, they seem pretty happy. Well, the problem is they can't do much here. They can't go after Aragon anymore, so they can't go west. They lost so much they lost, not a lot, but these are some of their most developed provinces in Greece, and they lost those. That was a big blow. I mean, they obviously went on like a war path through Africa after that, but probably didn't even recover to full strength. And then this way, obviously, the Mughals are pretty scary too. They just swallowed someone up in there, though. Don't know who that was. Just disappeared. Any changes? Portugal's fallen. Prussia is still climbing. They are up to 4th. They are really ascending to that Germany role this game. Now, I thought maybe just thinking about it now, we can pose this suggestion to you. Anyone still watching wants to leave a comment whether they'd like to see it or not. I know you can convert EU4 to Victoria 2. I've never tried it. I don't know how easy it is. I haven't used any mods in this EU4 game, so that's something that should make it easier, I hope. But yeah, that is something I would not mind doing. Obviously in Victoria 2, I'd assume we'd just have to spectate it and see what happens. I don't really know how that works either. But yeah, if that is something you would be really interested in, leave a comment and we could keep going as well. I wouldn't mind. Obviously, it might not be immediately. That's all. I've got some other series planned, or it would probably be immediately if you really wanted it. But it's not. It wasn't the main plan. It would mean I'd have to put something else back. But that's fine. That's not an issue. Whoa, Japan's back. I think Date or Date just formed a new Japan because Wu just killed this one, which means that the other nation that was here could then reform Japan again. So it's a different Japan, but it's Japan again. It looks exactly the same. It will behave just the same. But yeah, it is a little bit different. And the Bamanis died. Oh man. We couldn't save them. I thought I did so well for them so early on. They just messed it all up. Scandinavia, that's not a good look. Russia taking a lot of them as this war rages on. Austria and Hungary will obviously be in the thick of it. There's so many fronts for them. They're all connected, which is more interesting. There's a lot of wars actually in here. Scandinavia is now losing. They attacked Russia. That was a bold move. They are now losing. Castile is fighting a lot of natives. Aragon, yeah, is starting to really win against Morocco now. Can embrace another institution. Finally, we're starting to catch up a little bit. Shooting up the list. 200% now. Only 4 behind. Can I get another one? No, I think that's just not loading. Never mind. I've got a sneeze coming. Sorry. Oh man, I've been sneezing a lot today. Not good. This is just really slow. Build improvements. Can we? Like really? They don't seem too worth it. Yeah, it's good we played as Pueblo, because knowing my luck, I would have said I'm going to play as them, really committed to that promise, and then they would have been, I would go back to play them and they wouldn't be around anymore. They would have just disappeared. That wouldn't have been good. I really want to see Aragon form Spain. I don't know why. I just want to see some yellow on the map. That's what it is. Savoy's in here. Who is this? Oh, that's Scandinavia all the way down here. But Hungary, there's not many sieges going on. Like, no one's fully sieged. Obviously, Scandinavia's taking a bit of a beating right now. But apart from that, there is not too much going on. So this birthplace of revolution stuff, does it lead to much else? Is it going to trigger it elsewhere? I don't know. Are they supporting rebels? No one else has had a revolution. Obviously, the other sort of other main contender or candidate, probably a better word, is France, and they're currently in a PU. The leader with a 656. Wow. You know you're doing well when your only enemies are the Ottomans and Russia. That's a pretty good sign. For Aragon, the fact that France isn't an enemy, Britain is an ally, that is pretty scary, all things considered. I wonder what the Dynasty Map Mode looks like right now. So De Trastamara, a little bit of that everywhere. Von Habsburgs, the Greif, Cornwallis, von Wittelsbach is still there. Russia obviously is no longer a dynasty-based empire. Ottomans and Mughals probably have the widest reaching dynasty between them and De Trastamara. I guess Osmanoglu is pretty big. I guess De Trastamara probably spreads into colonies as well. Oh no, they don't show it, so that doesn't really count. I thought, did I say... Oh, Bonaparte. I thought it said Bonaparte. I was like, what, did Napoleon get banished and become native Mexican or something? Oh, Chorty sort of died very quickly, and these new guys took their place. Very weird. You would have thought it would have been like someone European taking them out, but obviously not. Haiti, by the way, is fighting a big war. Looks like they're doing pretty well against these guys. So it's so cool seeing them just grab that. They actually took a huge chunk out of Floride. I noticed at the start they're actually in a war with British Columbia for this stuff, which they obviously won. And yeah, Haiti's just... Wait, is this a Haitian colony? No, okay, I thought Haitian Columbia might have been a separate colony. I was like, that is impressive. And also, like, a bit of a question there. You were a colony, you broke free, and now you have colonies? Okay, well, they just grabbed more land. That is so impressive. They're doing so well. That is incredible. What is that? If anyone's seen Rick and Morty, I don't want to do any spoilers, so if you're planning on watching it and you haven't, maybe skip a little bit. But you know the episode where Rick has like the universe in his car battery? Like that's kind of the Haiti thing there. Just like they were a colony, now they're gonna have their own colonies. That's how I see that. Maybe there's an ethical question. There it is. It happened. Oh, you didn't need these islands. See, when I played, you did. No, the game specifically made me grab these islands. I don't know. Whatever. Or maybe they forced Morocco's religion to change, which would have been a funny way of doing it. Just force religion change. That would have been amazing. But there we go. Spain has formed instead of Aragon, which means it's nice yellow now instead. They are still number one, leading the way, most powerful country. I'm surprised Britain are in third. That's a real surprise. I mean, obviously the provinces in Britain are good, but some of these other countries are massive. Either the Ottomans just took someone out, or Georgia somehow got free. I don't know. But they're here now, so that's cool. Welcome to the party. It's a very bright green. Very bright. Who is it? Turhut. I imagine they're going to be like a one province... Oh no, they're not. They're these guys. I was going to say, if they're like a one province minor... Oh, and there we go. They lose land to the Mughals. Short-lived, that one. Russia has now reached its colonists out to the Pacific Ocean. Wow, they're really expanding. That is quite impressive. Oh, another new technology. We're balling now. Pueblo. We are moving forward. Guarantee it. We're on our way. This is... The only way is up for the mighty Pueblo. Still no wars in there. Scan for the rest of Europe. Just this big one. No results to it. It is now heavy winning for Russia. 20 war score. I imagine they'll probably just grab Finland back. That would suggest to be the obvious move in a peace deal. I don't think these guys are just slogging it out between the four of them. And Russia's taken on Scandinavia 1-1 before it went the other way. Obviously the tides have changed again. Good timing, I guess, for Russia. Had it been earlier, they might have still been struggling with the revolution. France, funnily enough, ironically stronger than their new overlord in Spain. Wu is up to 4th military, Britain 5th, Bengal, Mughals, Prussia, Scandinavia, revolutionary Russia's down there. Prussia is actually stronger than them. Both lower manpower now. I don't see Scandinavia at all. Savoy is up here at 69,000. Hungary, there's Haiti. Go on, Haiti. That is so impressive. 64k. I mean, Brazil's colonies are getting really big. Portuguese Brazil and Rio de Prata. Those two could break free on their own. They don't need anyone to support their independence. But that's going to be it for this episode. Made it about 20 years, so that sort of sped things up a little bit. It was fun playing as Pueblo. Feel like we really made an impact over there. I'm glad we will not be seeing another nation die. It looked like when that war broke out we would be disappearing, but we avoided it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do be sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a comment if you would like to see me try and put this in Victoria 2 when it's done. I'm not sure how well it would work out, but we can always just try for a bit of fun if it's easy. If it's really hard, maybe not. And yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.